9 Common Psychological Facts About Human Behavior. Human behavior is a complex interplay of emotions, thoughts, and actions. Often, we go about our days not fully understanding why we do what we do or how our minds operate. However, psychology, the study of the mind and behavior, offers fascinating insights into the common patterns and tendencies that guide our actions. Here are 9 psychological facts about human behavior that shed light on why we behave the way we do. Welcome to another Tip Daily video. 1. We are wired for social connection. At the core of human nature lies an intrinsic need for connection with others. This fundamental desire has been pivotal in the evolution of societies, driving us to form bonds that ensure mutual survival and emotional fulfillment. The brain, with its complex neural networks, is designed to seek out and maintain social ties. When we engage in social interactions, our brain's reward centers are activated, releasing dopamine, which is associated with feelings of happiness and satisfaction. This biochemical response not only encourages the cultivation of relationships, but also demonstrates the profound impact that connections with others have on our overall well-being. It highlights the role of social interactions in shaping our experiences and influencing our mental health. 2. The power of first impressions lasts. First encounters wield a remarkable influence over our perception of others, crafting lasting impressions within moments. Research underscores that our brains quickly assess various nonverbal cues such as body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice during these initial meetings. This swift judgment forms an enduring perception that is surprisingly stubborn, often resisting alteration even when later experiences conflict with our first impressions. This phenomenon emphasizes the critical role that these subconscious evaluations play in shaping our relationships and social interactions. Given this, understanding the dynamics of first impressions can empower us to approach new encounters more mindfully, recognizing the potential long-term impact of the image we project. The resilience of first impressions underscores their significance in our social fabric, influencing not only personal connections but professional opportunities as well. 3. Decision-making is often emotional, not logical. In the complex labyrinth of the human mind, our choices are frequently guided more by the heart than by the head. This interplay between emotion and logic is at the core of our decision-making process. Studies have revealed that when faced with decisions, individuals often lean towards options that elicit a stronger emotional response, even when those choices may not align with the most logical path. This inclination towards emotion-driven decisions can be attributed to the brain's wiring, where the amygdala, a center for emotional processing, influences our choices before the prefrontal cortex, the are associated with reasoning, can weigh in. This emotional dominance is particularly evident in situations where the options have personal significance or when the decision is made under pressure, showcasing how our emotions can cloud our judgment. For example, a person may choose a job that feels more fulfilling over one that offers better financial stability, prioritizing emotional satisfaction over logical considerations. 4. The fear of loss is more motivating than the prospect of gain. Humans inherently prioritize avoiding losses over securing equivalent gains, a principle rooted in loss aversion psychology. This instinctive drive significantly shapes our behaviors and decisions, often leading us to act conservatively or irrationally in situations where there's a risk of loss. 5. The bystander effect limits our willingness to help. The bystander effect is a significant psychological observation highlighting how the presence of others can deter an individual from intervening in an emergency situation. This can lead to a paradoxical situation where, despite multiple witnesses, help may not be forthcoming for someone in need. The effect showcases a psychological barrier to action, suggesting that in groups, individuals may feel less personally accountable, assuming that another bystander will step forward. It reveals an aspect of human psychology that can inhibit our innate desire to help, driven by the subconscious calculations made in the moment. 6. We crave stories to make sense of information. At the heart of human cognition is a profound attraction to narratives. This penchant for stories is more than a mere preference. It's a mechanism through which we process and internalize the world around us. Narratives have the power to transform abstract concepts into tangible, relatable experiences, embedding them deeply into our memory and consciousness. Through the art of storytelling, Details that might otherwise be forgotten are woven into a memorable tapestry that captures our imagination and emotions. This is evident in the way we are drawn to movies, literature, and personal tales, which all serve as testaments to our narrative-driven understanding. The effectiveness of stories in communication and learning is unmatched, as they encapsulate emotions, motivations, and outcomes, making the information conveyed not just understood but felt. This natural gravitation towards stories is leveraged in various fields such as marketing, education, and leadership to enhance comprehension, persuasion, and connection. 7. The mere exposure effect influences our preferences. The mere exposure effect reveals a fascinating facet of human psychology, illustrating how familiarity breeds preference, regardless of its intrinsic value or appeal. Essentially, the more we encounter something, the more we tend to develop a liking for it. This subconscious inclination plays a critical role in shaping our tastes and preferences across a wide array of choices, from the music we enjoy to the brands we trust. Marketers harness this effect to their advantage, strategically placing advertisements to ensure repeated visibility, thereby subtly influencing consumer preferences towards their products or services. Similarly, in social settings, individuals may find that repeated interactions with someone they were initially neutral or unsure about can lead to increased fondness over time. This effect underscores the power of exposure in molding our preferences, revealing that our affections are not solely determined by an objective assessment of quality or merit, but also significantly influenced by the frequency of our encounters with them. 8. Confirmation bias skews our view of the world. Our perceptions and interpretations of reality are often clouded by confirmation bias, a deeply rooted psychological tendency. This bias leads us to selectively search for, prioritize, and recall information that aligns with our existing beliefs and values. Consequently, it acts as a filter through which we view the world, skewing our perspective and limiting our ability to perceive situations objectively. And even scientific research, creating echo chambers that reinforce our views without challenging them. By favoring information that supports our preconceptions, we inadvertently close ourselves off to alternative viewpoints, hindering our growth and understanding. The dynamics of social media further exacerbate this issue, as algorithms tailor content to our preferences, thus feeding into this cycle of selective exposure. Awareness of confirmation bias is the first step towards countering its effects. 9. The paradox of choice can lead to dissatisfaction. In today's society, the abundance of choices in nearly every aspect of life, from career paths to consumer goods, seems like a luxury. Yet, this surplus of options doesn't always equate to greater happiness. Instead, it can spawn a sense of unease, making decisions more difficult and often leading to a sense of regret after choices are made. By understanding that more choices do not inherently mean better outcomes, individuals can navigate their options more comfortably, reducing the pressure to make the perfect decision and ultimately enhancing satisfaction with the choices they do make. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.